Hey friends, welcome back to Active Self-Protection Extra. It's Neil, not John, here today to do a Sunday gear review. Got a couple of products here that have been sitting on the shelf here that I've been playing with and testing for a while that I wanted to share with you guys. A few weeks ago was the NRA national meetings, and so we went down to Houston and did our thing. John did his speaking thing, and I walked around the floor and looked at some products, and there wasn't a ton of stuff out there, but one thing that I have always been looking for and that I'm always on the hunt for is good hearing protection. And I spent a lot of time at a bunch of different booths, and one of them that I came home with was the Grizzly ears. I don't know if you can see that very well.
Big Tech's Ordnance is my go-to source for accessories for all your defensive and competition firearms. They have great holsters with accessories for concealment and ship fast at great prices. I'm a proud customer and recommend them without hesitation.
These are an in-ear. I've got some weird ears. Both John and Stephanie are able to use some different in-ears. They've used some Walkers and some different brands, and have got along with them really well. But I can't even do Apple AirPods or Bose, any of that kind of stuff. Those wireless in-ear pieces. That I've got ginormous ears and tiny ear canals, and that doesn't work. And so things fall out of my head all of the time. And so I've always been on the hunt for these. And I came across these Grizzly ears, and so I'm going to show you kind of what they look like. So this is in the cool little carrying case they come in. This would be the one for the right ear, and it uses a little squishy that there's 4 different sizes that come with this. There's a extra small, a small, medium, large, and extra large. So you put on the different sizes, they just pop right on there like so. And then you stuff them in your ear and twist them and they go to work. A few things that are pretty cool here, and I don't have the memory that others have, so I'm going to have to read some of this stuff here. But they're wireless and they're Bluetooth, so they connect to my phone. I've had these here for a few weeks. I've used them for a little bit of shooting. If you watched last week's Suck Last Saturday, you saw me using them there. I've used them mowing my lawn and doing some weed whacking around the yard too, and that kind of thing, just to test them here. But they do have the wireless Bluetooth and an amplify thing. So if you press on this little button here on the side, you give it a double press and you get amplification of your sound, much like any of your normal electronic hearing stuff that you've got. You've got stereo sound left and right. There is a mic on these things, so you can connect this thing to your phone and you can take calls with it. The sound is actually pretty good when you're on the phone with folks. With the sound amplification, you can actually you can kind of cut out the background noise as you're on the phone as well. So that's pretty cool. It's got a directional microphone, so it's got to be set in the right so they can hear you. And then the sound suppression on these suppresses anything over 85 decibels, which is going to get most of your guns. And if you've got a gun less than 85, you probably don't need hearing anyway. It's got a wind activator, so when I'm out here in the wind and the wind starts blowing, it does cut that thing out a little bit. And it's got a really cool very much like the Apple AirPod or the Bose wireless stuff, in that it's got a charging case here. I think it's got, 7 hours. If you're not doing Bluetooth and you're just doing the enhanced sound with this thing, you've got 7 hours with this, and then you've got 3 charges in this little deal. So if you're taking a full day class or a 2-day class at lunchtime, just take them out, put them in the case, let them charge up, do their thing overnight. You'll probably want to charge them again as well. One of the other things that's actually pretty cool about this, and I've tested this already because it was about 1,000 degrees out here the other day, and I was working outside and I was sweating like a horse. And so I decided to go up and run the faucet over my head, and I forgot that I had them in. I was listening to some music at the time. The earbuds themselves are fully waterproof, and I found out, well, fortunately that they are. They work very well like that. So these have been had water run over them, and they're still working great. They are advertised to be waterproof as well. The Grizzly Ears company does a couple other things as well. I think there's a walkie-talkie thing that's coming out as well. But they're kind of a cool little thing. They sponsor a bunch of different shooters. These things run about $250 American, which I paid for these. They did not give these to me. I paid for these things out of my own pocket, and life is good. So far so good. I haven't used them much on an indoor range, so more to come on that, but here at the outdoor range, they're actually pretty nice. Just kind of squish them up like a normal squishy, like so. You're going to put them in your ear with the thing basically up towards the 12 o'clock part of your ear. So pointing up like so. You're just going to work it in there just like you would a normal squishy. And then when you get it to where you want it, you turn it about, they say 15 minutes. So back down to the 45 there. Then you put in the other one, again, understanding that these are stereo. And without the amplification on, now it feels like you've got squishies in. I can't hear any, I can hear, but it's kind of weird. You know how that is. I press that 2 times right there. I get a beep. Now I've got amplification. I can hear myself. I can hear other people on the line, and life is good. The big thing then to do is to test these things and shoot them. So I've got a target back here that I'm going to go shoot a little bit, and you can see how that works. I've not been shooting much lately, so give me a break. Okay, so it doesn't have the clip off like the super cheap ones do. It's got the, I think they call it attenuation, where it kind of just eases the sound down a little bit. So you can still hear, but it clips it pretty good to where you don't get any of the noise. You know what, as far as in-ear things, I've had these things, I've probably worn them for the most I've had them in is about 4 or 5 hours. Eventually your ear canal starts to feel a little bit of fatigue, get a little bit sore. I think that's something that I'll get used to over time. I'm going to keep using these things. All in all, the Grizzly ears, I like them. I think you should check them out. Thanks for watching. See you next time.